Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real quick. Men ain't that complicated. No matter how much we try to act tough, mysterious, or unavailable, when a man is feeling you, all you gonna know. He might not come out and say it at first, but trust me, he shows it. See, a man's actions, those little flirty things he can't help but do, those are the real indicators. Let me go on and tell y'all something that's going to save you a whole lot of stress, confusion, and group chat debates. Men, we simple. That's right. We are not as deep, mysterious, or hard to figure out as some folks want you to believe. Now, don't get me wrong. We might act like we got layers and complications, but deep down, it's real basic. If a man likes you, his actions will scream it even when his mouth stays shut. See, the problem a lot of women face is they get stuck on what a man says. But baby, a man's mouth will lie long before his behavior ever does. A man will tell you he's just busy when in reality he just ain't prioritizing you. He'll say he ain't ready for a relationship while dating someone else 2 weeks later. You know why? Because the words, oh, they smooth, they polished. But the actions, that's where the truth shows up. You ever heard that saying, watch what a man does, not what he says? That's not just cute advice. That's the gospel right there. A man's behavior is the real blueprint to how he feels about you. You don't have to decode no mystery. You just gotta pay attention. When a man is into you, he starts showing up, period. He ain't making excuses, he's making effort. You ain't got to chase him down to return a text, he's already hit you back. You don't have to remind him about your birthday, your big meeting, or your favorite snack. He already knows. Why? Because when a man is really feeling you, you stay on his mind without even trying. You're not background noise, you're the main event. And baby, a man don't forget the main event. Now, I ain't saying men don't talk a good game. We do. Oh, we'll tell you all kind of sweet things when we're trying to get your attention. But what happens after the talk, that's what matters. Don't get hypnotized by a smooth voice and nice words. Get focused on the follow-through. Is he consistent? Does he keep his word? Is he treating you with respect, with real interest, or just popping in when it's convenient? Let me tell you something. Effort is never confusing. A man who's into you will want to spend time with you. He'll find ways to stay connected. He might not always know the right thing to say because Lord knows we mess that up sometimes, but he'll show you in the ways he knows how. That might look like fixing your tire or showing up to support you or just listening when you're having a bad day. He's going to do something because when a man cares, he's a doer, not just a talker. And you can always tell by what a man prioritizes. You ain't got to wonder where you stand. If he's excited about you, if he's serious about you, you'll feel it. His energy will tell you before his lips do. He'll carve out space in his life for you. He'll start planning things, thinking ahead, asking you what you like, where you want to go, what makes you happy. That's not game, that's investment. That's a man showing you that you're more than a moment. You're part of his picture. And don't ignore the small things. The way he looks at you when he thinks you're not watching. The way he touches your back gently in a crowd. The way he lights up when you walk into the room. He might not even realize he's doing it, but it's happening. That's instinct, not strategy. That's heart, not habit. And you better believe that stuff don't come out for just anybody. So yeah, men are simple. We ain't that hard to read. The ones who are into you will act like it. The ones who ain't, oh, they'll have 1,000 excuses. So the next time you catch yourself wondering what he meant by that text or why he's been acting distant, don't ask a million questions. Just look at what he's doing, because, baby, that's where the truth is hiding, in plain sight. Let me tell you something about men that most women already feel in their gut but second guess anyway. When a man is into you, like really feeling you, thinking about you, daydreaming about you, he cannot hide it. He might try to play it cool, act like he's unbothered, try to front like he ain't thinking about you all day, but let me keep it all the way real. That act don't last long. The feelings always find a way to sneak out. See, love has a funny way of leaking through behavior. Even when the man's trying to act hard or chill, he can't fully suppress that energy you bring out in him. Now, some fellas think that by acting uninterested, they can keep the upper hand. They think if they don't text too quick, don't compliment you too much, don't show how excited they are, then maybe they won't come off as too eager. Let me tell you what happens instead. That fake cool crumbles. Because a man who's truly into you, he's excited. You bring out that boyish charm in him. He starts smiling more, standing up straighter when you walk in, finding reasons to be around. He can't help it. His feelings override his little chill strategy. You ever see a grown man suddenly get quiet when the woman he likes shows up? That ain't shyness, baby. That's his whole system getting reset. His brain is saying, play it cool, but his body is saying, don't mess this up. So he fumbles a little, laughs too loud, or stares too long, because attraction makes you vulnerable. And when a man starts catching real feelings, he don't have total control of how it shows up. That smooth confidence gets a little shaky when the feelings are real. He might act like he still got his guard up, but then he starts doing things that give him away. He remembers stuff you told him 3 conversations ago. He notices when you change your hairstyle. He laughs at your jokes, all your jokes. And he starts finding reasons to be near you, help you out, offer you little favors that make your day easier. Those are not just random acts. That's interest in action. That's his heart sneaking past his pride. And don't be fooled by that fake busy talk either. If a man is into you, he'll make time. I don't care if he's working 2 jobs and building a spaceship on the side. He will find a window in his day just to send you a thinking about you text or check in with a phone call. That's not just attention, that's intention. A man who's feeling you is not casual about how he shows it, even when he's trying to be casual. The effort still peeks through. Now, here's where some of y'all get it twisted. You think just because he's not blowing up your phone every 5 minutes, he's not into you. But see, men show interest in different ways. Some are loud-witted, some are subtle. But the one thing they all have in common, they can't hide it. So whether he's the type to bring you flowers or the type to fix your car without you asking, he's expressing the same thing. I like you, and I'm trying to be close to you. It just comes out in his own language. You just have to stop watching his words and start reading his patterns. When a man is really into a woman, his consistency starts to give him away. He stops playing that in and out game. He shows up, he lingers, he listens, and even when he's trying to play it cool, it's the little slips, the way he looks at you when you're not watching, the way he texts you back faster than he meant to, the way he shows up just to say, hey, those things tell the truth. That cool act is just a cover. But his feelings, those are loud, real, and unavoidable. Let me break something down for you, and I hope you're really listening now, because this one right here is a game changer. A man's body language. That's the stuff you can't fake, can't rehearse, and can't control. His mouth, oh, that's just noise sometimes. See, a man can say one thing and mean another, but his body don't lie. His body language be telling on him. Even when he try to keep it cool, that's where the real story plays out. See, a lot of women get caught up in the sweet talk. A man says all the right things, hits you with the smooth lines, and now you're floating. But hold on a minute. What's he doing while he's saying it? Is he looking you in the eyes, or is he distracted, looking around? Does he lean in when you speak like your words actually mean something to him? Or is he sitting back, arms crossed, playing on his phone? That's where the answers are. Don't let the mouth distract you from what the body is saying. When a man is into you, he don't just look at you, he studies you. His eyes linger a little longer, not in a creepy way, but in that I don't want to miss a single detail way. He watches how you talk, how you smile, how you move. That man's attention is locked in. He might not even notice he's doing it, but trust me, he's tuned in like you're the only channel on the screen. He leans towards you when you speak, and that ain't just a posture. It's a sign. It means he wants to be closer, feel your energy, connect deeper. And look, you can tell a lot about a man by how he positions himself around you. When he's interested, he's going to face you. His shoulders, his chest, his feet, they all start pointing in your direction. That ain't just coincidence. That's attraction, pulling him in like a magnet. You ever notice when someone's uncomfortable or uninterested, their body starts turning away, like they're ready to leave the conversation before it even ends? But when a man's feeling you, he squares up, he's present, his body is giving you front row access. Touch. Now that's another giveaway. A man who's into you will look for little ways to touch you, real subtle like. Maybe it's a hand on your back guiding you through a crowd. Maybe he brushes your hand when you're laughing. Maybe he finds a reason to give you a hug that lasts just a second too long. That ain't by accident, baby. That's instinct. That's his way of building that physical connection in small, meaningful moments. He ain't trying to make it obvious, but his body's betraying him, and in the best way. Even the way he laughs changes. When a man is into you, his laugh gets louder, looser. He relaxes around you. That tension in his shoulders, it melts. His smile comes quicker, wider. And when he looks at you, there's a softness in his eyes. That's not something you can fake. That's real emotion bubbling to the surface. His face tells you what his heart is trying to hide. Now, sometimes, ladies, you'll catch him watching you when he thinks you're not looking. That quiet observation, that's gold. Because that's him dropping his guard. He ain't performing for you in that moment. He's just admiring you, soaking you in. He doesn't even realize he's staring, but you better believe that's the truth right there. So stop letting your heart get caught up in words that sound good but feel empty. Words are easy, but body language, that's where the truth lives. That's the stuff he can't control. A man's mouth might try to run the show, but his body always ends up telling the whole story, and it never lies. Let me tell you something that a lot of people overlook, especially women, when they're trying to figure out how a man really feels about them. You see, most of y'all are out here looking for the big signs, the grand gestures, the romantic speeches, the big, bold declarations of love. And hey, that stuff's nice, no doubt about it. But if you're waiting on that alone to know if a man is into you, you're going to miss the real story, because the real game, it's in the little things. It's in the quiet, everyday moments where his actions speak for him. A man who truly cares about you is thinking about you even when it's not with you. He pays attention to the small details. Not because he's trying to impress you, but because he genuinely notices you. That's the key right there. He listens when you talk. You could mention once that you love hot tea with honey, and the next time y'all hang out, he shows up with your favorite blend in hand. You didn't have to remind him. He just remembered. That's not just thoughtful. That's intentional. You're out here looking for love letters and serenades, but you better start noticing who plugs your phone in when it's low, who asks how your mom's doing even though you only mentioned her once, who walks on the side of the sidewalk closer to traffic without saying a word. That's the type of man who's showing his heart in the small ways. He's not just saying, I like you. He's proving it in motion through every tiny act that shows he's got you on his mind. You know how else you can tell? A man who's into you will try to make your life easier without being asked. You're carrying bags, he's grabbing them. You're cold, he's taking off his jacket before you can even say it. You're stressed about something, he may not know how to fix it, but he'll sit there and listen like it's his own problem. That's effort. That's care. That's the type of behavior that don't come from a man just passing time. That's a man who's emotionally invested. It's the way he includes you in his routine too. Maybe it's a good morning text. Maybe it's sending you a funny meme in the middle of the day. Maybe it's calling just to hear your voice on the drive home. That might not seem like much on the surface, but that consistency, that rhythm, that's him building something with you. That's not just flirting, that's forming a bond. That's saying you matter enough to be part of my day. And listen, you don't have to guess when a man is really feeling you, because the little things he does will confirm everything. He'll make sure your favorite snack is in the kitchen. He'll fix something you didn't even know was broken. He'll bring you flowers, sure, but it'll be the ones you love, not just a random bouquet. That's a man who's paying attention. And when a man pays attention, that's when you know it's real. Sometimes the loudest expression of love ain't a shout. It's a whisper in the form of small, consistent, meaningful actions. And those little things, that's where the real game is. A man can talk all day, but those tiny, thoughtful behaviors, they're the proof. That's him showing you who he is without ever having to say a word. Now, let me tell you something that's true for just about every man on this planet, whether he want to admit it or not. When a man starts catching real feelings for a woman, when he's really into her, not just interested, but invested, there's this thing that creeps in all by itself: jealousy, protectiveness. It slides in the back door real quiet like, and most of the time the man don't even see it coming. He'll be sitting there cool as a fan, and suddenly some other dude walks up and makes you laugh just a little too hard, and boom, there it is. That feeling, he don't like it. He don't even know why he don't like it, but it's sitting on his chest, making him clench his jaw and shift in his seat. Now, don't get it twisted. This ain't about some insecure, possessive nonsense. I'm not talking about controlling behavior. I'm talking about that natural, instinctive reaction that happens when a man sees something he values being approached by someone else. When a man really likes you, you become important to him. You're no longer just that girl he's dating. You're somebody he feels responsible for, proud of, even a little territorial about. Not because he thinks you're his property, but because you've got his heart in your hands now. Whether he admits it or not, he's emotionally invested. And that protectiveness shows up. And let me tell you, it ain't always loud. Sometimes it's real quiet, real subtle. Maybe you're out somewhere together and another guy gives you a compliment. Watch his reaction. He might smile, he might laugh it off, but his body will tense up just a little. He'll stand a little closer, put his hand on the small of your back. That ain't just affection. That's him marking the territory. That's him saying, yeah, she's beautiful, but she's with me. He's not being rude. He's being clear. That's instinct. That's emotion working before logic even kicks in. And sometimes it's not even about other men. Sometimes that protectiveness shows up when he sees you struggling or hurting. Maybe it's a rough day at work or someone disrespected you. Suddenly he's mad about it. Not because it affects him directly, but because it affects you. And if it affects you, it affects him. That's how men are wired. When they care about someone, they step into that protector role without even thinking about it. You're crying, and now he's pacing the floor trying to figure out who to call or what to fix. That's a man who's caught feelings deep. And what's funny is most of the time, men don't even realize it's happening. Ask a man if he's jealous or acting protective, and he'll probably shrug it off. But ask his actions, oh, they'll tell the whole truth. He starts checking in more often just to make sure you're good. He offers to walk you to your car. He wants to know who you're with and if you got home safe. He's not grilling you. He's just making sure you're okay. That's what happens when a man sees you as something precious. He feels a sense of duty, and that little flame of protectiveness keeps burning even when he's trying to act chill. And trust me, this stuff don't lie. If he's never jealous, never protective, never bothered by anyone else getting too close, you might not be as deep in his heart as you think. Because when a man cares, when he's falling for a woman, he feels it. And those feelings don't stay locked up. They move through his behavior. So yeah, jealousy and protectiveness, they creep in. And even if you don't admit it out loud, it's already written all over him. Let me put y'all on to something, because this right here, this is classic. It happens all the time. And women keep falling for it. A man starts catching feelings, but instead of owning it, instead of stepping all the way in, he tries to act like he's still hard to get. He wants to play it smooth. He wants to make it look like he ain't all that invested, like he's still got his options open, like he's too busy to care. But let me tell you something real simple. When a man is really into you, his actions will betray his whole act every time. See, here's the deal. Men sometimes think if they come on too strong, they'll lose their power. They want to act like they're unavailable because they think it makes them look more valuable. So they start slow walking the communication. They take a little longer to text back. They don't jump at every chance to see you, even if deep down they want to. They think they're playing it smart. But guess what happened? Little act don't hold up for long, because when a man's heart is in it, his behavior starts changing. And he don't even realize it. He can try to act like he's not available all day long, but you'll start seeing the cracks in that mask. He says he's busy, but he still finds a way to text you goodnight. He says he's got plans, but he's always trying to squeeze in time with you, whether it's lunch, a phone call, or swinging by just to say, hey. That's not detachment. That's a man trying to balance his feelings with his pride, and his feelings always win in the end. Pay attention to the things he does when he thinks you're not looking. He might not text you for a day trying to give you space, but then he's watching your story the second you post. He says he's got stuff going on, but he's checking in just to see how your day was. He might not be making bold moves just yet, but his energy is still showing up in your life consistently. Because even when his mouth is saying, I'm unavailable, his actions are saying, I care too much to stay away. And let's be real, men don't go out of their way for women they're not thinking about. If he offers to help you with something, if he remembers little things you mention, if he goes out of his routine just to connect with you, that's not a coincidence. That's emotion moving past the walls he's trying to keep up. That's him slowly revealing that he's more available than he wants to admit. Even his mood starts to shift. He might act like he's got it all under control, but then you don't call for a day or two and suddenly he's short, restless, or finding little excuses to reach out. That ain't random. That's his heart tapping him on the shoulder like, hey man, stop pretending. And eventually he listens. Because feelings don't stay silent for long. They always rise up and find their way into behavior. So don't get fooled by that fake distance. Watch what he does, not what he says he's doing. A man can try all day to act like he's unavailable, but when he starts rearranging his schedule, checking in on you, being present in your life without even trying, baby, that ain't no accident. That's emotion driving the wheel, and his actions are doing all the talking. So remember this, a man's real intentions don't come out of his mouth. They show up in how he moves. And when his heart's in it, even his best game face can't hide the truth.